What's up, guys? I hope everyone is having themselves a good day so far. Happy Monday. So in this episode, I'm basically going to continue to talk about the whole situation that's now spread throughout the United States now with the whole aftermath of George Floyd and the riots too. I'll get to all of it. My name is Sean Clinton, and this is the God of Freedom Show, Daily Edition. Alright, so let's just jump right into it. Suffice it to say that this 2020 continues to get even more crazy by the minute. Last I checked, now Ebola is now making a comeback. Of course, it's not really going to pose a threat to us, but it just still one thing after another. The best way to probably describe 2020 so far would probably be this famous GIF right here. Or really famous video.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently. That's okay. Things are gonna be okay.
So we have now reached the level of just utter stupidity, pretty much. Like, for some reason now, like, there's this notion that you cannot believe two things at once. You only believe in one narrative, and that's it. If you believe in one narrative and not the other, you're not taking that narrative seriously. And what I mean is, like, for example, what's happening now, if you say anything bad about the riots or looting happening in cities, that means you don't care about George Floyd or police brutality or whatsoever. Again, that is not true. As I said on my episode on Saturday and Friday, what happened to George Floyd was absolutely heartbreaking and horrible. And the police officer that did it needs to be prosecuted to the fullest extent to the law, bar none. But that does not mean that looting is okay. Protesting is okay. You have every right to protest all you want. You want to march, go right ahead, really whatever. But you have every right to do that. You are protected by the First Amendment to do that. However, you are not protected by the First Amendment. You don't have a right in the United States here to do this. See what I mean? Like, people like are literally like were looting Target, like stealing like TVs and other stuff. Like, you do not have a right to do that whatsoever. That's not okay. It is obviously very evil to do that and to destroy other people's businesses and everything. Again, that's not me downplaying what happened to George Floyd. Again, two things could be true at once. You can believe what happened to George Floyd was bad, horrible, but you also believe that looting is bad. So I just don't understand why it's so hard for you people to understand that. And the problem is, it's not so much like really the protesters are not really doing this. Like, most of the protesters, like, going out to cities, like here in Atlanta, there's actually a protest in Athens, Athens, Georgia, where the home of University of Georgia, and there was protests all throughout the streets, completely peaceful. And again, most of the people going out protesting are doing it peacefully, which is how it should be doing. But the people who are like looting and rioting are like, some of them are like just criminals or whatever, trying to just cause chaos. A good bit of them are the group known as Antifa. So for those who know, Antifa is now they're classified as a terrorist organization here in the United States. Basically, they go around, they identify as like anti-fascist. That's the name, what Antifa means. But they behave in fascistic ways. Like, they go around looting and destroying like cities and like all throughout the country. Like their main area is mostly around kind of Portland and like California, Oregon, kind of that area. But they definitely have made their way over here, all throughout the rest of the United States, especially during this time. It's just like these guys are just absolutely like just horrible people, bar none. Like they have hurt a lot of people. Like there's been many people who have been like beaten up in the streets. Like there's a video came out yesterday where a woman, just an old woman, was actually trying to protect her business from being looted, and these guys like started like beating up on her. Like what scenario would this be okay? I'm just trying to think, like, with the media keeps trying to justify it, but in what scenario can you justify that? Short answer, you can't. And how you can tell them that it's not justifiable is that even like the family of George Floyd is coming out saying, guys, it's not okay. Most of the protesters are coming out saying, okay, we're not associated with these people. A lot of the leaders, like some Democrats, some black civil rights leaders, are coming out saying that this is not okay. And what people on the far left like to say, well, we've been protesting peacefully for years, it has not worked. Really? Because I remember a guy named Martin Luther King Jr., who was famous for pretty much doing like marches, but they were all peaceful. And as far as I can tell, he initiated some massive changes throughout the United States. Like really, with him, like racism was almost fully eradicated, pretty much. And then so, I mean, the idea again that America is a horrible, evil, racist country today, and is racist to the core, is utter nonsense. Yes, do we have racism in this country currently today? Yes. Did we have slavery? Do we have some racist laws and everything? Of course we did. But we have moved away from that. We are the freest, most prosperous country in the United States. I mean, it includes minorities, like, and people of color. This is no better. Like, this is the best country for you to really be in right now. And the less message that telling black people that you cannot succeed in this country is an absolutely stupid message, and really nobody should ever listen to that. No, that is an uninspiring, boring message, and you should never pay attention to that crap right there. It is utter stupidity. 2020, guys, 2020. Alrighty, so now time for my favorite thing and why segment. So, now in this episode, I'm gonna actually be doing my favorite Disney Channel show. So, Disney Channel is like famous for had a lot of good TV shows. Currently today, they really don't have good ones at all. They honestly don't. Like all of them are really bad, honestly. But of course, I mean, the highlight of the Disney Channel shows was definitely early 2010s, and obviously the 2000s were just top notch for Disney Channel shows. So basically, I'm gonna play an intro for my favorite Disney Channel show that's ever aired on Disney, and I'm not gonna tell the title, but most of you probably recognize what this theme song was. It really starts. But here is the theme right here. For load up. Get my earbuds too. There we go. Here I am in your life. Here you are in mine. Yes, we have a sweet life. Most of the time, you and me got the world to see. So come on down. Just me and you know what to do. So come on down. It's you and me and you. We got the whole place to ourselves. You So yeah, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was definitely by far the best Disney Channel show that ever aired. Like it is top notch, just absolutely hilarious in all accounts. It takes you back to a time where Disney was not really worried about political correctness. It honestly wasn't. Like it's so kind of refreshing, and it's on Disney Plus too. So that's how I'm kind of rewatching it, and it's so refreshing to see that this is how Disney was, and now it's just all completely like just SJW politically correct nonsense. So, but thank God for really Disney Plus, and with all the new kind of with them showing all the old Disney Channel shows, because it's been pretty cool kind of going back through them. Alrighty, so I'm back here tomorrow with whatever else I want to talk about, so I'll see y'all then. My name is Sean Clinton, and this is the Guide to Freedom Show. If you enjoyed this episode of the Guide to Freedom Show, hit that like button and follow the page to get more content. You can also find me on your favorite podcast listening sites like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Thank you for listening or watching.